I hate when we do multiple takes because it's like, it makes me feel so awkward and fake. It makes me uncomfortable. And I know, like, breaking the fourth wall here, I know I've just pressed play, like, 16 seconds ago, and I'm just starting like we were already in a conversation. It feels so fake. Which is the topic of our episode today.
Yay! Great segue, James!
So, welcome to Autistic Rambles with me, James, and my still neurospicy, just not as spicy as me, co-host, Amy.
Yay! Happy to be here again. Take 2.
Please help. So, as I said, I'm James. I have autism and hence Autistic Ramblings. Mm-hmm. And my co-host here is Amy is to leash me in and stop me from going on completely different tangents than the ones we actually planned.
I mean, do we really plan anything though?
Not really. We just get like a couple notes and then you hopefully can drag me in the right direction.
Yeah, that's the hope anyway.
So, what was our plan for today, Amy?
Well, we were going to start with Eurovision.
Ah, yes, Eurovision. That's going to be starting in, I think, 5 days?
5 days?
Yeah, it's almost on us.
I know, there was that, so...
Yeah, they're already doing rehearsals.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so, I'm looking forward to some of my songs, playing. I'm really happy with Australia's entry this year, Milkshake Man by Gojo.
Yeah, I heard, that's one of the few I've heard, it's actually really good.
Yeah, like... I know it's not going to win. I know for a fact it's not going to win. Australia's never won. We've come second once. And that was the first time we entered the contest.
There you go.
So I don't expect us to, but I'm more excited about the staging.
The actual live performances.
Yeah, the live performance and watching that, because that is where Eurovision is peak to me.
Yeah.
And it's what makes songs fall. Like Poland, I think, last year's song Towers. I really like that song. It's really enjoyable, but the staging was god awful.
Yeah.
Staging can make or break a song in Eurovision. So my couple of my favorite songs, Kiss Kiss Goodbye by I can't remember his name, but the Czechia, the Czech country, the Czech. Singer from Czech Republic, because I can't for the life of me pronounce the actual name of the country. Because I always start saying Chechnya, which is a place in Russia.
So maybe not.
Yeah, I think it's the Czechia. I'm gonna go with Czechia. Yeah, so I'm hoping they do really well and the staging's really nice. Poison Cake by the Croatia. Tutta Italia by San Marino. By the way, none of this is off list. This is me just remembering. It's kind of scary sometimes how I do this.
Just a bit, yeah.
What other songs? What the Hell Just Happened by Remember Monday, the British singers. They automatically get into the second round. That's just how Eurovision works. I think they call it the Big Six.
Right.
So France, UK, Spain, Germany, and maybe it's not the big... Well, those four and... Oh, Italy. I think Italy is a part of the Big Six. And then... Yeah, so those 5, and then the winner of last year, so Switzerland.
So why do they all go straight through?
Money.
Ah, okay.
So, they didn't have this forever... But when UK kept on losing really badly because they picked songs really badly, the BBC kept complaining.
Yeah.
And the EBU, the organisers of Eurovision, were like, please don't leave, we really need your money. We'll give you a free spot to grand final.
Ah, okay.
So that's when the Big Six was formed. The Big Five plus the winner.
Yeah.
Because Germany, Italy, Spain, France, and the UK are the biggest money bags of the Eurovision. They give a lot of money to the EBU and to run it. So if those countries pulled out, it would be devastating to the Eurovision. So EBU are determined not to lose them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm I'm thinking this year's going to be the same as the last 2 years in results, where the fan favorite comes second. So 2023 we had I can't remember the name of the song, but it was Sweden and Finland coming first and second respectively.
Yep.
And the fan favorite was the second, Cha Cha.
There you go.
That's the name of the second placer. I can't
Good
remember
job.
the first. Then last year,
Last year, Nemo came first with the code.
yeah, Nemo was. I really liked Nemo. I get why people really liked Baby Lasagna and Tig.
Yeah.
That song was banging, but I also see why Nemo won.
Yeah, I mean, that was just impressive, honestly. Like, the vocals for Nemo was just so good.
Nemo is an impressive singer. Who's I think the first non-binary winner of Eurovision too.
There you go.
I really liked the outfit. The staging wasn't my favorite. I liked Rim Tim Tug a bit more. It was Rim Tig felt more like a jam out to this dope song. And that's not what the code felt like. It felt more like a ballad
Yeah.
instead of Rim Tig, which was like a rock song.
Yeah.
And I think that's what won it over for the judges. And I'm still a little salty about that, but I do think in the end it was a good win. And I think this year's going to be the same with Austria's singer that I can't remember the name of. I think will come first.
That's JJ, isn't it?
JJ with Wasted Love, yes. And I think second place will be Sweden. For the first time in a long time, Sweden is the fan favourite.
There you go.
Because a lot of times Sweden steals the first one through judge points,
Yep.
and people get annoyed at that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Sweden this year has Barabada Bastu?
Yeah, with KAJ.
KAJ, yeah. Barabada Bastu, yeah. That song is one of the first Swedish songs that Sweden's sending in, I think, like 29 years.
Wow.
The funniest thing is they're not Swedish. Singers aren't Swedish, they're Finnish. The song's about a sauna.
Right.
How could you get any more Finnish than a sauna?
That's amazing. I love that.
When Finland joined the EU, because of some legal requirements, because of what Finland negotiated, there was a legal requirement to put a sauna in the EU building. That is how much Finnish people love saunas. It's kind of weird how much they love them.
Yeah, just a bit weird.
But like,
Yeah.
but on like music and sound, Phantom Vibrations.
Oh, don't get me started.
Well, let me get you started then.
So, phantom vibrations basically when like you think your phone is vibrating in your pocket, but it's not. And the amount of times I've experienced that is such a weird thing, and I only found out what it was called the other day. Like, it's just such a weird thing.
Yeah, you feel it and you go, what the? Okay, that was nothing. Huh?
It's like you think like got a message from someone or someone's calling you, and like there's just nothing.
And it really freaks me out because it's like, what the hell? Where did that come from?
I don't know like what the psychology behind it is, but like it's kind of trippy.
Yeah, maybe it's because we're in a culture that thinks of we're in a culture that thinks so much about our phone and vibrate and having a lot of our phones on silent because we hate disturbing people because attention is not nice.
No.
I hate getting attention. It's just like, no, please leave me alone.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like when people are on the bus or train or whatever with their headphones off, blaring music. I want to blame.
I feel embarrassed for those people sometimes. Like, I could never do that.
I get secondhand cringe.
Yeah, exactly.
I just like, please, your song choice is awful, or your song choice is kind of good, but not a lot of people would agree. Please just put it on your headphones.
And it's so weird though because like the bus is like normally so silent, and like there's not many people talking. It's normally like dead quiet. It's just kind of like maybe one or two people chatting and like the sound of the bus going down the highway. And then like he's got the music just happening and it's just kind of, I don't know, it's weird.
And the radio from the bus driver.
Yeah, or sometimes.
I've never had a bus driver not have the radio on.
Haven't you?
No.
There you go.
But yeah, on the topic of illusions, because that was actually meant to be our topic for the day, I'm pretty sure, and we just go from Eurovision.
Well, I mean, Eurovision's so good though. Like, how can we not talk about Eurovision first?
What have I done to you? I've converted you to Eurovision. Okay, well, I guess we're going back to Eurovision.
It's so good. Quite honestly, I'm excited for Espresso Macchiato.
Estonia's song. I think Tommy Cash is really playing the diva.
Yeah.
How I've been gathering from it, he may be playing a persona of this snobbish ass. And it's interesting. But it's also just like a kind of a bopping song.
Well, so I'm just a fan of the beat, honestly.
Yeah,
it's just so good.
I'm also a fan of, in the music video, he got one of the sign language, a sign language interpreter to play a part in the song while signing.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So like just doing signs to beats and stuff like that while the song is going on, but not like in the corner, like as a major part of the video. And it's like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Inclusive, that's very cool.
It's inclusive, but like he's also been talking some mad stuff behind the scenes apparently.
Has he?
Yeah, but I think it's just a persona.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it is really just him stirring.
Yeah.
For the sake of persona. Like, he's all about his persona in this has been like, I'm going to win, there's no way I'm going to lose kind of vibe. But yeah, I'm really excited for Tommy Cash's Espresso Macchiato on stage. A couple other songs I'm excited for, well, aside from Kiss Kiss Goodbye, that one is my number one song.
I haven't heard that one.
You haven't heard Kiss Kiss Goodbye?
I don't think so.
I thought I showed you that one. It had a random dance break. I remember when we were watching it, you were like, yeah, this is a pretty good song, but where's the... Well, this doesn't really feel like Eurovision. And
is that the opera-y type of
No,
one?
that one's Wasted Love by
okay.
JJ?
I think JJ, yeah.
Yeah, Kiss Kiss Goodbye had the random dance break in the middle. I remember me and Mum were watching it, and then Mum's like, this doesn't really feel like Eurovision, then a dance break immediately started.
Oh, no, yeah, okay, that's ringing bells now. Yep.
Yeah, that one, I just can't get enough of it. I've been enjoying it so much.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely my number one pick. I know it's not going to win. I don't have faith that the rest of the Eurovision community will agree with me, and that makes me sad. Speaking of...
What?
Serving. Malta's song.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So, for those who don't know, Serving is the song from Malta. Initially it was called... fair warning, this is also just singing in Maltese, serving cunt.
Yeah.
Cunt in Maltese means singing, so serving singing. Eurovision told the singer don't.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, yeah, fair. Eurovision overall is meant to be more family friendly.
Yeah.
Even if UK's entry from last year was uncomfortably homosexual. Like, not in the ew homosexual, it was just like, I don't want to see this if it was gay or straight, just no, please. Like, the song was actually kind of bopping, but the staging was awful.
Right, okay.
I think they got 0 points from the judges.
Seriously?
Yeah, and I remember, I think it was the year before, the UK got 0 points total.
Really?
From judges or fans.
Oh my gosh.
And the UK singer celebrated. Because it is kind of an achievement to get 0-0.
Speaking of, remember the person who got disqualified last year?
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but I remember the song, Europapa.
Yeah, that was crazy. There was like this whole stuff behind the scenes, wasn't there?
I don't know what actually happened. I don't think we will know. I know that Netherlands, where he's was representing, Kleins, I think his name was.
Yeah, I think so.
Klein.
Yes, yeah.
What was its full name?
Just Klein.
Juiced, yeah.
Yeah.
Juiced Kleins. He was offered by Netherlands coming up to this, because that was a big question mark this Eurovision. Was Netherlands going to come back?
Yeah.
They ended up, and they also offered Juice to come back. They offered him a free spot to
did they?
represent them. He turned it down because he said he wanted to focus on himself, which is pretty admirable to go, I could do the Eurovision again. I'll get a ton of votes because of what happened last year, but I want to focus on myself.
I feel like though his song as well was such like a Eurovision song. Like,
Oh yeah,
it was a bop. Like,
it was
so
really
good.
just a song about Europe. He spoke German before Germany spoke a song in German. Germany doesn't speak German songs that often. Like this year's an anomaly. This year with the song Bowler, it's German.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
So there was jokes about we got a Netherlands song in German before we got a German song in German. He spoke, I think, a bit of Italian, Netherlands, Dutch. I'm thinking Dutch.
Yeah.
Spoke Dutch, German, I think a bit of French,
Oh, cool.
a couple other language, English of course.
Yep.
And it's like, what the hell? Why? Okay.
Very fair. Why
I mean,
not?
go ahead, man. So I did enjoy it, and I think he was pretty good to get a win, or at least get really high on the leaderboards.
Yeah.
But he got cut off by the EBU. We have tons of different claims of what happened,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
I don't think anyone's gonna really know apart from the ones who were there.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any point in including the drama. We do know who was involved. Of course, Juiced and the Israel broadcaster, because the EBU, or the European Broadcasting Union, is made up of broadcasting companies from across Europe. So being the BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation in the UK. I can't remember any others because I don't.
ABC?
ABC, no, actually.
No?
ABC. So Australia's in the competition, yeah. But ABC doesn't represent us. It's the SBS.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what SBS stands for, but they represent us, not ABC.
Just
Surprisingly,
figured Australian Broadcasting
Corporation. Yeah, I would have thought so too, but no, apparently not.
There you go.
Yeah, so they're all made up of broadcasting companies. The Israel one apparently, this is all apparently, went up to Juiced, and this is where we get we don't know what happens.
Yeah.
What they've been said is contradicting. So one of the things is Juiced had requested to be left alone after his song in the semi-finals because, you get overwhelmed with that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And from this is obviously just from what we hear, that the Israel broadcast company ignored it and had a go at him. And this is, again, supposedly threatened to punch the cameraman or the interviewer. Others say that he did punch them after that, everything else before that. He threatened to punch them unprovoked without the saying he wants to be left alone. Pretty much anything past it was the Israel company and Juiced is unknown, and I don't see the point in looking into it.
All we know is that he got disqualified after that incident happened, and that was it.
Yeah, and I think he could have gone pretty high.
I think you're right. I think just...
From memory, it was Code came from Switzerland, came first with Nemo. Baby Lasagna's Rimete Teg from Croatia came...
It was a runner-up, I think.
Yeah, second. Who was third? I don't think it was... I think fourth was Israel with the song Hurricane. I didn't like it for, political reasons. And anyone who... On that, if anyone says that Eurovision isn't political, they're lying to your face. Eurovision's always been political. It's just a fact. Anyway,
kind of a part of the whole...
It's just part
thing,
of how life is.
Yeah.
Politics gets in it. As the YouTuber Philip DeFranco, one of my favourite news YouTubers, politics may not mess with you. You may not mess with politics, but politics will mess with you.
There you
Yeah, so third... were you able to find third?
Yeah, so third, there's 2 third places, both from Ukraine. I'll just show you.
Yes, Toriza Marie with Alonia and Jerry Hell? Yeah. Ukraine came third with Teresa and Marie. I think it was like a song about like Theresa May and St. Mary.
Oh, okay.
It was a really strong song. I really liked it. It was like warrior queen vibes.
Well deserved third place then.
Yeah, definitely. Fourth was Ukraine, of course, and the singer definitely was not popular with non-Israeli fans because of her open support for Israel's stuff in Palestine. We'll go with that. I'm not going into that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty neutral in that whole discussion because, well, both sides have been doing really messed up stuff. But I'm leaning every day more and more to Palestine because Israel's becoming cartoonishly evil.
But yeah, focusing on the songs though.
Yeah, focusing on the songs, not the politics. What was fifth? I think it might have been Italy.
Can't remember.
I remember sixth was Ireland's Doomsday Blues. I really liked that one. The staging was brilliant. It was a bit like spooky, but like I kind of dig it.
Yeah.
And the song felt more like a techno rappy kind of style song, and I'm not a fan of that usually. But it's like, even though I'm like, yeah, this is kind of a bop.
So, in your opinion, who should have come first, second, and third in last year's Eurovision?
Are we including Juiced?
No.
We're not including Juiced? Okay.
I mean, you can say if you were to include Juiced, you can say, but officially,
I think, if I could place, I think I would controversially, I would keep Nemo first. I think they did such a good job with this, their song, their vocal range. The staging was pleasantly nice. It wasn't like, oh god, this is amazing, but it wasn't like bad.
Yeah.
I think second I'd keep To Baby Lasagna and Rumate Teg.
Yep.
It's a good song.
Yep.
It's a good song. The dance was fun. It was a fun song.
Cool.
Third is a hard one. I think I would have put fourth Juiced, but third, because some of my favorite ones were definitely not favorites by the fans.
Yep.
So, Italy's La Noia, Germany's Running, I think it was called.
Always on the Run.
Always on the Run. I really enjoyed that song.
Yep.
And even though it was knocked out in the first round in the semi-finals, I think I would put Towers from Poland in third.
There you go.
It was knocked out in the semi-finals, and it's probably because the staging was kind of bad. But I listened to the song and I'm just jamming out, going, "Oh yeah, this is the beat." Do you remember much songs from last year's that you would have, or what you would adjust?
I don't think I really paid attention last year, to be honest.
Yeah, that was really the first time I've actually listened to every song. Mainly because I had some friends who are into Eurovision and were like, yeah, these are the songs. And I was like, oh, yeah, cool. This year I've been definitely paying way more attention.
Same, yeah.
I have my top 5. But I'm curious to see if you have top numbers.
Not as of yet, but I think over the next few days I'll kind of get my list more sorted.
Do you have any ones that you really want to win? Even if their chances are really bad?
Not, as I said, Espresso Macchiato is probably one of my favourites personally. I don't know if it'll do well in a Eurovision stage, but I think I quite like it. So.
I think Tommy Cash's Espresso Macchiato isn't meant to be a winner.
No.
I generally think it's a meme song. And I think he knows it. Like, he puts on his jacket in the music video, Eurovision winner, Estonia 12 points, because the 12-point system, yada yada yada. But I don't think he actually has the intention of winning. And I don't think they will win, because it's not really what the song's meant to be. It's meant to be just a fun bop.
Yeah.
I just hope he gets to the grand final.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, so... And the one I really want to do well is Kiss 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 Goodbye
Yeah.
by Czechia,
Yeah.
from the Czechian singer. I want that so bad because it was so fun to listen to. On that, next year I want to see, this is more of a meme, but I hope we see Vatican City apply. So, Vatican City's broadcaster is an official member of the EBU. It is in Europe, so they're not observer status like SBS was for the longest time.
Yep.
So, for the longest time, SBS was just an observer that we couldn't join in. And then a couple of years ago, we were allowed to join in. Now we're doing awful.
Yep.
But I'm really wanting to see Vatican City's one because it would be really funny.
That'd be great.
And I don't know what they would do, and I kind of want to see it. I know Pope Leo XIV will not see this or listen to this, but if you somehow are, please put someone in because it would be really funny, and I think you might get some good points just on the meme alone.
Oh, you're not wrong.
Oh, speaking of winners, Croatia's this year is not doing well in the polls. The polls, no, people do not like it for some reason.
Right.
I don't know why I like it. Poison Cake.
Oh, yeah, this one. I actually quite liked it myself. It was a bit interesting.
I think it was definitely interesting, and it still is interesting. I haven't seen the staging. That's, I think, going to be the biggest kicker for me. I've seen the costumes for everyone in the contest. Kiss Kiss Goodbye's, I think it's like Endox is the singer's name. Okay. His is really nice. So is Poison Cake's singer. France's. I'm really excited for France's. Maman, I think it is. That one just feels like a marching song to victory, and I'm hyped for it because France does usually well.
Yeah.
Unlike the other big five, Germany, Italy, the UK. I feel like I'm missing someone. Oh, well, anyway, France usually sends in bangers.
Yeah.
Last year, I think the only reason why they didn't get higher is because the singer's voice cracked in his final performance.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh man, I could, from when I watched it, I felt like, oh my, I'm sorry, dude.
What a worst time. Like, you couldn't have picked a worse time for it to happen.
And he had some really fun with it, because when he would, when he was singing, he'd have a part where he'd move, like 5 meters away from the mic and still blare his song out, and it created this really beautiful echo effect.
Yeah, nice.
Then you had I think the runner-up from 2021, Voila, only got beaten out by Manoskin's Zolta Berni, but Manoskin rocks, so
they're good.
They're good.
They're really, really good.
Technically, I think they're sort of disbanded.
Yeah, I think they have. I think the lead singer's kind of done his own thing.
Yeah, he's doing his own thing. But yeah.
Alright, so we've got to wrap up, but before we go, I've got to ask you a question.
Yeah.
What is the origin of the word gaslighting? Like, where does that come from? Because I was thinking about it the other day, and I'm like...
And before, when we were talking about, like, illusions and stuff?
Yeah, well, like, I know, because, like, it's a word, but, like, I don't know what the origin of the word is.
Well, it's nothing to do with psychology. Nothing at all. It originates from, I think it was a silent film called Gaslight.
Right.
It was literally the definition of gaslighting. A husband was, well, gaslighting his wife into thinking she was crazy and that he wasn't doing something. I can't remember, but it originates from that. Then we co-opted the word to mean manipulation, to deceive the person's reality. So that's where it originates, and that seems to be our last fact ramble for the day. Cool. So thank you for listening. I keep on saying watching. I'm too used to YouTube now. I hope you enjoyed this Eurovision plus 2 bits of mental illusion and, well, gaslighting.
Mainly Eurovision, though.
Mainly Eurovision, and I think next time we're on, we will be after Eurovision.
There we go.
So we may post this and then go to Eurovision next week. So we'll see. Goodbye.